Yeah, this is Akintola, a 41-year-old Nigerian doctor who resides in America. Unfortunately, he was shot by his neighbor. And according to the story, it was alleged that the neighbor was playing her music in a high volume, at the same time plaiting her hair. So Akintola wasn't particularly happy about it. He walks into the lady's flat to plead or appeal to her to reduce the volume of her music. At first, the lady obliged. Akintola goes back to his flat. A few minutes later, she increased the volume. Then the second time, Akintola decided to revisit. And then the unthinkable happened. So in her defense, she said that she got scared because she saw a huge man by her door and she thought her life was in danger. May Akintola's soul rest in peace. I feel very sorry for him. Now, we've had incidents like this over and over and over. It happens. It's not strange. It's not new. It's not peculiar to America alone. It happens. But when you compare the ratio, it's different. And what I do tell people, two things. Number one, what I do tell people personally is that it can happen to anybody. Because if something like that happens, by impulse, you want to react. But that is when you have to apply patience. Now, one of the things I do tell people is this. If you are walking down the road, maybe a high road or a high street or anywhere, and somebody calls out, stupid, stupid, then you turn around and say, are you talking to me? Guess what you have done? You have given credence to that name calling. That means you have responded to that name, meaning you are stupid. But guess what? If you ignore that person and keep walking, as long as it's not going to do anything to you, trust me, people around will look around and they will be wondering, who is stupid? Of course, it should be that person that called you stupid. I'll tell you a very short story. Very short story. I am not perfect, but there are times we need to apply discretion, patience, and a little bit of wisdom. There was a day I got on the bus many years ago. The guy behind me was blasting his music. My goodness, the volume was out of this world. And God so kind, he was playing Bob Marley. So every single track that he was playing, I was just singing along. For like 10 minutes, I was singing along. The guy got so upset that he had to switch off the music because he had this big speaker. Like, he was entertaining me. He got upset and switched off the music. In my mind, I said, I'm not going to run away from you. I'm not going to leave my seat for you. I'll be here. We'll be here together. The music won't kill me. You know, one of Bob Marley's tracks says, music doesn't kill. When it hits you, you feel so good. Then again, there was a day, a young boy who apparently would be in his teens, maybe 17, 18. I sat next to him and he said I should stand up and sit somewhere else. That must you sit next to me? I looked at him. I said, is that a problem? He said, yeah, yeah, yeah. And in life, to be honest, there are some battles you don't need to fight. And the worst thing that can ever happen to you is fighting somebody that has nothing to lose. Looking at him, of course, you could tell he's going through a lot. Just like me, I'm going through a lot as well. Then I just stood up and left the seat for him, the different seat. Imagine me getting involved. The unfortunate thing is that when you get involved in such unnecessary battle, when the police comes, you, the corporate individual, will be in a bigger trouble because you're expected to be the bigger person here. So sometimes, my dear people, patience is a better wisdom than battle. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Amen.